Hey, what's up everybody? I'm back. I know, I've been gone a long time. I'm sorry. I'm a busy man, you know. I got real job to do, and then I'm tired, and it takes energy to play this game. It really does. It takes energy that I don't always have available at the time. But I'm back. I'm here. We're gonna play. I don't care if I get like hated by YouTube or anything. We're just gonna go in to the story and do it for as long as I can right now. Load up the game. Boom. Yes, I want to load it. There we go. Let's do it. After school, just like yesterday, we're zealously engaging in paperwork. By the way, senpai. A short while after you saw Mio off to go to and maintain the flower bed again. I read that wrong. A short while after we saw Mio go off to go and maintain the flower bed again, I called out to senpai. I hear you held on to my wallet. Yeah, thanks. I'd already thought I'd have to make do without lunch today. I really need to be careful from now on, you know? According to what Takashima told me, I apparently left it right on the table around where I'd been sitting yesterday. Huh? Huh. I see that plushie is already fixed. So that gigantic, enigmatic creature is Panya-chan. Well, not that I care about its name anyway. Anyhow, at first glance, there's absolutely no trace of damage from when the ear was ripped off yesterday, which is a little bit surprising. Your friend is pretty skilled. Oh, trade-off. Don't mind her, Takashima. She's the one who brings the nagging upon herself. She puffs up her cheeks and sulks. Me? No. I'm not. In response to Senpai's all too sudden, abrupt utterance, Tsukishima is totally startled. So breaks into a grin and... Wait. Did they just readily believe what she just said? Where in the world did you hear that unfounded rumor? It would appear that she has no intention of revealing her source of information. Oh, she's talking about the fairy. Talking about Tina? She just lived in our place just with some circumstances. But that is absolutely wrong. I decisively denied it with a straight face that leaves no room for any sort of misunderstanding.
でも兄さん、昨日はティナさんと一緒に寝てたよね。
Thanks. Appreciate that, sis. You're one in a million.
マジで
Konami, how do you know about that?
なぜって言われても、一緒に住んでたら誰がどこにいるかくらい気配でわかるよ。
Huh. I gotta say though, as a brother, it is deeply troubling to have a sister as keen as her.
ということはつまり事実なの？おそばくん、もしかして本当に？
ロリコン疑惑は深まる一方ですな。でも俺はユーマが小さい子しか愛せなくても友達でいてやるぜ。
No,
静粛に静粛に。
Senpai suddenly raises her voice in a theatrical
被
tone.
告の発言を許可します。どんな素敵な言い訳を聞かせてくれるのかな？
It would appear that I was put on trial before I even realized it. Anyhow, if it means they'll lend me their ears at least, I'll play along. Tina slipped into my bed on her own. We only slept together. I didn't even touch a single strand of her hair. That's the truth. Right. That was last night. I was sleeping, and before I knew it, Tina had crawled into my bed. I noticed that when I woke up in the middle of the night. At the time, Tina was already fast asleep. I wanted to keep sleeping myself, so frankly speaking, it was too much of a bother to chase her away.
証人のコナミさん、夜中に少女の悲鳴やあえぐような声が聞こえてきたという事実は？それはさすがにありませんでした。ですが、被告人、実際に手は出さずとも誘惑に駆られなかったと言い切れますか？
Yeah, sure. I can assert that I'm not the least bit interested in Tina.
ほほう。
Okay.
ではその理由を聞かせてください。
It's because I prefer big boobs.
サバくん、いきなりハレンチなことを言わないでください。
Sorry, but it's the truth. I don't get turned on if a girl's boobs aren't the very least Tsukishima's size.
声たくんじゃないんですから、性癖を暴露しないでください。
それって俺に対して失礼じゃね？
I'm fully aware that I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. However, I just didn't see any other way to clear up the strange misunderstanding.
最低でも有利先輩。つまり、私もなんとか合格？
You're naturally disqualified right from the start, since you're my sister.
にゃるほどにゃるほど。要するに有利に勝ってて妹でもない私がナンバーワンってことね。
会長、ミオちゃんの存在を忘れてるっすよ。
しまった。でも大きさだけが全てじゃないってみんな言うじゃない？
Well, I guess it's not exactly the bigger the better.
試しに揉んでみる？ドキドキ。そこまで。この話はもう終わりにしてください。浅間くんもこだわりを語らなくていいですから。
It seems Akishima is going to get seriously mad if I continue to talk about sexual topics. It nicely strayed from the lolicon talk, so in the end, it's all good.
あ、ちょっとユーマくん、何仕事に戻ろうとしてるの？私のおっぱいに触るチャンスなんだよ。
I can't say I'm not interested, but I'm kind of scared of what you'll demand in return, so I'll pass.
平気平気。ちょっと責任取ってもらうだけだし。ジンポウ先輩、もう終わりって言いましたよね。 ユリ先輩が静かに切れた。
Tsukishima's lecture promises to become slightly longish today. That night,
ユーマくんどうしよ
oh snap. What's the matter? What's this? To take a short break from doing homework, I left my room to get myself a cup of coffee. It was at that point that Aoi-san suddenly appeared, half in tears.
う。明日のお弁当の準備をしていたんだけど、途中でお醤油が切れちゃって。
Oh crap, we ran out of soy sauce? That would make for a rather bland lunch.
ユーマくんが、コナミちゃんが、お母さんの料理が下手だっていじめられちゃう。
You already talk as if there's no helping it, but you just need soy sauce, right? I'll swing by the convenience store.
でも勉強中に悪いよ。お母さんが自分で行ってくるから。
Well, I suddenly remember the fact that Konami apparently met some pervert yesterday. I can't possibly have a woman go outside at this late hour. Leave it to me.
ユーマくん。
I'm not a child anymore. I'll be fine by myself.
ユーマくんはお母さんのことを年頃のレディーとして扱ってくれるんだね。嬉しいな。
Well, of course. It seems I made her require some weird misunderstanding, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Well, let's get going then. I left the convenience store. I left for the convenience store, bought the soy sauce, and while I was at it, some ice cream as well, then set off for home. As I followed the road home with a plastic bag dangling from my hand, I reached the close proximity of our house. Supposedly, there was some pervert who lorded around here last night. It weighed a bit on my mind, so just to be sure, I surveyed the area. No suspicious person around. Huh? I spot a person who induces a spell of discomfort. A woman clad in an extremely revealing black dress. Cosplay, I guess? As my personal impression surfaces in my mind, I recall the fact that Konami described something similar yesterday. Our house is just a few steps away, but really is a pervert. That's pretty bad. Hey, you there. What are you doing here at this time? As I call out to her, a woman in black dress slowly turns around towards me. What? The instant I see her face, my mind freezes over for a moment. Just like Konami mentioned, she really does look like she looks a lot like Senpai in some way, but at the same time also somewhat different. Huh? Did you just say Asami Yuma? Why does she know my name? But judging from the fact that she wanted to confirm my identity, the possibility that she was actually Senpai in a cosplay costume was thereby ruled out. And still, from her hairdo to her face and figure, the more I look, the more I can't help but think they look alike. Well, whatever the case, there's something more striking than that right now. Indeed, a pervert to a T.
Well,
crap. I accidentally said what I was thinking out loud. What's already said can't be taken back. I'll just soldier on and cut off my reservations and speak blunt. What else do you call someone who walks around outside while wearing exhibition-day clothing like that? Huh? Good. So, you are at least self-aware that you're a pervert. I'm not mocking you, I'm just confirming the facts. You're an exhibitionist, right?
所詮は雑魚の俗物か。
Well, I can't really think of any other reason someone would walk around in that attire at night.
愚かなやつめ。この機能美を理解できぬとはな。そもそも、ほら、あれだ。かっこいいだろ。
Cool. That cosplay dress? Well, I see. Well, I'm not the kind of person who finds fault with other people's tastes, so, to each their own, I guess.
まだなんか文句でもあるのか。
The exhibitionist glares at me with sharp intensity. It seems it would be better not to get involved with her.
この程度で怯えるとは情けないクズめ。
What? After hearing that, I get so irritated.
気に入らん。実に気に入らん。どいつもこいつもこんな男の何がいいというのだ。
Hey, I don't have a clue what you're talking about, but I don't think some pervert I just met for the first time has any right to talk crap about me.
また変態って言ったな。
What's wrong with being called a pervert? Pervert?
貴様、殺されたいのか。
Go ahead, try. Now that it's come to this, it's already tit for tat. However,
いい度胸だ。そこまで言うなら望み通りにしてやる。
the woman's gaze increases in sharpness at that. What? With a shiver, instinctive fear runs through my back. Ah. Just when I thought I sensed a gust of lukewarm wind, the next moment black wings have sprouted from her back.
貴様の命を奪うな。この私にかかれば造作もない。
Following that, she swings a large scythe with a fluid slow motion. Don't tell me you're a soul
よ
reaper.
くご存知で。まあ、奴をかくまっているなら当然か。
Her? Shelter. There's only one person I know who could be tied to those keywords. Don't tell me she...
私の名はエレオノーラ。ティナを返してもらおうか。
I knew it. So you're here because of Tina.
奴を連れてこい。言うことを聞けば手荒な真似をするつもりはないぞ。
In contrast to her words, the Soul Reaper who has introduced herself as... Alright. My Cortana suddenly opened up randomly. Sorry about that. Hold on. In contrast to her words, the Soul Reaper who has introduced herself as Eleonora menacingly brandishes the sharp scythe in her hand. I suppose that basically means, but if you don't listen, then you're gonna die. I click my tongue in my mind and forcibly transform the feeling that almost makes me tremble in fear into irritation.
命は粗末にしない方がいいぞ。
Don't make me repeat myself, okay? I refuse.
ほう。
Channeling all the will I can muster, I continue to glare back at her so as to convey that I won't budge.
面白い。多少は見どころのあるやつのようだ
I don't know what crossed her mind, but she loosens her posture.
な。まあいいだろう。別れを惜しむ時間くらいはくれてやる。私は慈悲深いからな。だが、一日だけだ。
My reply won't change, no matter how many days you give me.
よく考えることだな。
死にたくなければこれ以上奴には関わるんじゃない。
I just said my answer won't change.
いいか、ティナをあの家から追い出す。私の要求はそれだけだ。
I will never hand her over to someone like you.
明日の夜12時まで。それ以上は待たない。命は大切にすることだよ。
Having just one-sidedly thrown her demands at me, she disappears as if melting into darkness. Not figuratively, she really did disappear from the spot she had been standing at. Dang. She really causes nothing but trouble, that girl. However, there's no way I could hand Tina over to someone like her who suddenly pops up and launches threats. That much is clear, but what should I do? It's going to work out somehow, with Kutaro's help. Like the time when Hyperion showed up? While I get ready for school, Tina crawls out of bed, sleepily rubbing her eyes. As for why she was sleeping in my room and in my bed, that's because she once again slipped inside while I was in the land of dreams. It's still early, so if you don't have enough sleep just yet, you can sleep some more. With unchangingly drowsy eyes, Tina returns into my side, inside my bed. Well then, after I've tucked in Tina, who went back to sleep, I quickly finish changing and get ready to leave. Well, yeah. Oh, so you've been here too. Kotaro, who had been left in the corner of my room, suddenly gets up and wobbly floats over to me. Yeah, some things happened. While I throw that vague reply at him, I ruminate on the fact that it may just be the perfect opportunity to consult with him since Tina is asleep again. I want to avoid making Tina feel anxious if I can, so I haven't talked about last night's events with anyone yet. Hey, Kotaro, there's something I want to ask you about. Just as I was about to ask him about that Soul Reaper called Eleonora. Huh? Hold on a second. Tonight's exactly when my deadline to hand Tina over is. If it's something you can't put off, I'd want you to... You know about that? I'm sure of it. He knows about the Soul Reaper as well as what she's demanding from me. And under that premise, he is declaring that he won't be able to help, like he did when that pansy Soul Reaper showed up. You! Dang! I don't know about the circumstances, but it seems I can't count on him. That said, it's not like there's anyone else I can ask for help. No, there's still someone I need to check on before I can say that for sure. I mutter that in my mind, and then proceed to pick up my textbook stuffed school bag. I have something to do before class starts. seen up by a rather suggestive-seeming Kotaro, I leave my room early in the morning. I gave notice to Aoi-san, then set off for school without eating breakfast. I was continuing to think that what I should do with my legs advanced towards the destination. Let me try that again. I was continuing to think about what I should do while my legs advanced towards my destination. I can't get that out of my head. That soul weaver from last night who introduced herself as Eleonora. When I recall her again now, I somehow really can't help but wonder whether it really could have just been Jinpo-senpai cosplaying. Judging by how similar they look, they might be sisters, relatives, or... But that doesn't really make sense. She's a soul reaper, while senpai is a human. Even though that's the conclusion that leaves my mouth, the rational part in the back of my mind appeals to me. Is senpai actually really human? Where's the proof in that? I don't know exactly how I should call her out on that, but the point is, I want to talk to her. If I remember correctly, I heard she drops by the student council room every morning. Supposing that Soul Reaper and Senpai really do have some kind of connection, then what should I do once I figure that out? I found myself thoroughly unable to sort out my thoughts, but I still climb the hill road at a quick pace as I proceed towards school. After a while, I arrive at the campus. This is a sparse of students due to how early it is. And at any rate, first and foremost, I'll head to the student council room. From then on, I'll just have to play it by ear. I make a beeline for the school building and enter it. Then I head to my shoes locker in order to change into my slippers, but as I'm on my way there... I hear a voice that sounds just like the very person I'm searching for. It's coming from a part of the entrance slightly off from where I came in. Senpai? Having most likely saved myself the effort I'm searching for, I approach the direction I heard the voice from. Why are you showing me your panties right now? Come on, game! I find Senpai on a stepladder in the middle of wiping the upper windows with a dust cloth. So it really was you. Good morning. I could ask you the same thing. What are you doing here this early? Yeah, that's obvious. What I want to know is why. And that made you come here early in the morning in order to clean them? Did she just say always? So that basically means that this isn't a manifestation of a random one-time whim. You're even doing something like this? That is evidently not within the scope of duties of the student council president. Even so, cleaning the windows of her own accord without having been asked by anyone is something quite laudable in my book. Eh? Well... With a cheerful smile on her face, she asked me somewhat impishly. In fact, what you just said isn't that far off, at any rate. I already thought so, but it's really not her. As I see her smile happily, I earn the conviction that despite the indeed existing similarities she has to that Soul Reaper, she clearly isn't her. The resemblance may be uncanny, but how should I put it? The vibe she gives us is completely different.
ユーマくんどうしたの難しい顔しちゃって。
It's nothing. More importantly, I'll help you clean the windows.
いいよ別に。何か用事があってきたんでしょ
Already am done with that.
そうなのあれでもまだ来たばっかりだよね。
Anyhow, let me give you a hand. Let's do this together.
ユーマくんが一緒に
What's with that reaction?
ユーマくんが照れた。これは快挙ね。
Here she goes again, blabbling strange stuff that makes no sense.
もしかして何か悪いものでも食べたとか
I can't recall having usually conducted myself so defiantly that it warrants such concern. At any rate, let's switch places.
ダメ上の方が汚れてるんだからこっちの汚れは誰にも渡さないわよ
It's well I can't understand the sentiment that when you're cleaning places where the fruits of your labor are more visible feels more rewarding. However, listen, senpai.
大変そうだからとかそういうのは気にしなくていいよ
No, there is something more fundamental than that. I've been meaning to tell you since a while now. I can see your panties.
早く言ってよ
Sorry, I wasn't able to grasp the right timing.
えーと
I can see that she looks quite flustered, which is pretty unusual for her. However, she is probably unable to make sudden moves on top of the shaky stepladder that ultimately only leads to perplexity.
嬉しい
Despite her evident bashfulness, she asks that with a wry smile, probably to varnish over her embarrassment. I say I got a morning feast for the eyes.
そっかじゃあ手伝ってくれるならお礼にパンツあげよう
I courteously declined that offer. I didn't really expect anything else, but this girl apparently can't persist in displaying meek shyness. After that, I politely looked away while I extracted a dust cloth from the bucket on the floor as I waited for Senpai to climb down. Then, both of us assiduously wiped windows for a while.
今日のところはこんなものかな
Right. It's looking way better than before.
まあ全部は終わらなかったけどね最後までやってたら授業始まっちゃうし
Do you plan on finishing up tomorrow?
どうしよう明日も早く来れるとは限らないし気が向いた時にかな
I see. Give me a call when you do. I'll give you a hand again.
朝起きてから決めるからさすがにそれは迷惑だと思う
It's unusual for you to act so reserved, you know?
私どんだけ人使いが荒いと思われてるの
At any rate, you can work me in times like that. No problem.
ありがとうそれじゃあ気が向いたらお手伝い頼むね
Yeah.
でもどうしたの今日はやけに親切じゃない
I'm always like this.
そういえばそうだったかもゆうまくんってば私に対しては時々ちょっと冷たいから
That's because you constantly pull off stuff that ends up leaving you plain speechless. In a negative way, that is. However, I guess she does have a point. Today, I have a bit of a queasy conscience that compels me to make it up to her. It stems from my regret of having suspected her as a Soul Reaper.
でも本当に今日はありがとう助かっちゃったお礼のパンツは脱ぎたてがいい
I think I already said I don't want that.
なるほどパンツは履かれていてこそ価値があると
What kind of misinterpretation is that supposed to be?
見たいなら見せてもいいよ。
Senpai, are you actually a pervert and I just didn't realize it before?
もう冗談だけど少しくらい興味を持ってよ。真顔で拒否られるとちょっとムカつく。
Your jokes are sort of hard to react to, you know. It's an absolute mystery to me why she means to accomplish with jokes with that like that, you know.
でもこんな朝早くから手伝わせちゃったし、何かお礼はしたいんだけど。
You don't have to. But if you really insist, treat me to a can of coffee or something.
わかった。缶コーヒー10本で手を打ちましょう。
That's actually closer to harassment than anything else. One can is fine.
安いな、ゆうまくんは。
Talking to her wears me out. And there must be something wrong with me also for enjoying it at the same time. Come to think of it, Senpai.
何？
For some reason, I felt strangely embarrassed, so in a fluster, I chose to change the topic in order to keep the conversation going. Who were you talking to before I approached you?
何の話？
She tilts her head to the side as she asks, in puzzlement. I figured she was talking to someone on her cell phone or something. Did I get it wrong? No, just forget about it.
そう？それじゃあ早速お礼のコーヒーでも買いに。
Just as we packed up the cleaning utensils and were about to leave,
あれ？浅場くんにジンポウ先輩も。
someone who has just entered the building abruptly stops in her tracks and addresses us.
あ、ユーリだ。おはよう。おはようございます。二人ともこんな場所で何をしているんですか？
Morning, Tsukishima. We
朝早くから仲がいいみたいですね。
Why is she glaring at me?
ちょっと掃除してただけだよ。ほら。
Sonotori. Lift up the bucket in my hand to show Tsukishima.
本当みたいね。でもどうして二人で？ミオとコナミさんは？
I just happened to come in early today because I had some stuff to do. At that, I caught sight of Senpai who was in the middle of cleaning.
そうなの？
I don't really understand why, but she directs a doubting gaze at me.
そういうユーリの方はどうしたの？まだホームルームまでは時間あるけど。私は風紀委員の方にも余裕が出てきたので、朝の挨拶運動を再開しようかと。そっか。それじゃあせっかくだし、私たちも手伝っちゃおうか。そうですね。一人で校門に立つのはやっぱり少し寂しいですし、浅場くんは迷惑じゃない？
Of course, I don't mind. Alright, let's drop off our bags at the classroom first.
40秒で済ませるように。その後すぐ校門に集合ね。どうしてジンポウ先輩が仕切るんですか？もう。
At any rate, we'll give you a hand. Huh? She naturally counted me in together with herself. In the end, only time went by without me learning anything about the Soul Reaper named Eleonora. After school, I tried to find the pansy Soul Reaper called Hyberian, who I met before, to see whether there was anything he could tell me, but... well, it should have been obvious that he won't just conveniently show up when I wanted to. I heave a sigh and look at the clock in my room. Ultimately, the declared deadline had drawn near without me being able to do anything at all. What's up? While I'm secretly losing my composure, Tina talks to me, somewhat tilting her head with a spell of puzzlement. Let me? I don't think I ever said I wanted to do. So? I think the one who actually feels lonely is you. If you don't want to sleep alone, you can go sleep in Aoi-san's. No, stay here tonight, after all.
いいですか？
Yeah, at least for tonight. Later on, that Eleonora might appear. Actually, I guess it's a given that she will appear. Considering that, I should at least avoid involving Aoi-san and Konami
ロー
in
ド画面に
this.
入ったぞ。セーブ画面か。好きにしろ。
セーブしますか？
セーブできたぞ。
Though ideally, I don't want to let her come in contact with Tina as well.
ユーマさん、それじゃあ一緒に寝ましょう。朝までずっとそばにいてあげます。
Tina pulls at my sleeve as if to hurry me. I should clear things up in secret after all. I don't want to pointlessly worry her if I can help it. Before that, I'll step out for a bit.
こんな時間にですか？
Yeah, there's something I need to buy at the convenience store.
でしたら私も一緒に行きます。
You've already changed into pajamas. It's nothing important or anything anyway. So just go to sleep. I'll join you in a bit.
ユーマさんがそうおっしゃるのなら。
I put on my jacket, stuff my wallet into my pocket, and get ready to leave. Hey, Tina.
は
Don't leave this room. Okay?
い。どうしてですか？
Doesn't matter. Just do what I say, okay? Get into my bed and laze around as you always do.
わかりました。
Having said that to Tina, who reacted somewhat confusedly, I left my room. I swing by the storeroom and take out a golf club that used to be my dad's. It might actually help if it was just some hoodlum, but chances are it won't help against the Soul Reaper scythe. Still, better than nothing, I guess. Having positioned myself just in front of the house in the same spot as yesterday, I wait for her to appear with this unreliable weapon in hand. It's almost midnight now. The deadline Eleonora has imposed on me. What the heck am I doing? I quietly mutter that, but tell myself that I nevertheless can't just obediently do as she says and tighten my grip on the golf club. Then, probably having watched me from somewhere,
その様子だと、私の要求を聞き入れるつもりはなさそうだね。
as if her form's oozing out of the darkness, she appears at a spot where no one had been standing a mere few seconds ago. It isn't midnight yet.
待ったところで、どのみち私の指示に従うつもりはないのだろ
Of course not.
う。なら、さっさと始末してしまっても構わんだろう。それとも、1秒でも長く生きていたいか？
With that, she suddenly draws out her huge scythe from an empty space. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk before that.
命乞いか。聞いてやらんこともない。
It isn't about me. I want to talk about Tina.
奴は私が連れて行く。貴様は転がり込んできた居候を厄介払いできる。何も問題はあるまい。
I'm talking about her feelings here. It might be true that she's somewhat troublesome freeloader, but hearing another person talk ill of her naturally makes me defiant with all seriousness. I know nothing about your Soul Reaper circumstances, but Tina has a reason why she's running away from you, doesn't she?
奴の理由など、私も貴様も考慮する必要はない。
I beg you, give Tina a little more time.
断る。
To begin with, why is it that you have to take her along?
何も知らない人間風情に口を出す権利などない。
I suppose the proverb, turn a deaf ear, fits perfectly in this instance. I show her my will not to yield by taking up a stance with the golf club tightly grasped in both my hands.
愚かなやつだ。だが歯向かおうとするその心構えは嫌いではないぞ。
She smiles with a spell of delight.
私はこれを望んでいた。気に入らないやつを始末する絶好の機会だからな。
I see. So you're eager to kill me. It would appear there is no longer any room for negotiations. In that case... Still, I will not back down. I strongly fortify both my readiness to fight and my determination to defy her.
いいだろう。死神と人間の力の差、その身をもって教えてやろう。
What? Her eyes just exploded. What? What? My body doesn't move an inch. It's as if the directives my brain issued are being rejected. Hey. What is this? My limbs are frozen solid. I can feel a chill that makes me shiver well up from the depths of my body. Paralyzes? No. This is fear?
どうだ、動けまい。我ら死神は人類の天敵。抵抗しようなどと思えば、貴様の本能がそれを拒絶する。
Like a frog that is glared at by a snake, I stand stock still in response to the instinctive fear I experience. Even so, I won't give in. Unable to move the slightest, I at the very least keep up my defiant attitude.
そうだ、それでいい。殺されても文句はないと貴様自身が言っているのだからな。
What have I done to her to bear that strong grudge she has against me? As I gaze at Eleonora raising her scythe overhead, that question suddenly crosses my mind.
貴様の魂もらったぞ。
I tightly close my eyes and await contact from the scythe she swings down on me. Unable to either dodge or stop the blow without any means to oppose, However, no matter how much time passes, neither pain nor anything else assaults me. What? What? What's going?
おい、邪魔をするな。
As I slightly open my eyes, Eleonora is slowly drawing back the scythe that was meant to shred me apart. Her hands trembling, it looks as if she's struggling with someone invisible for control of the weapon.
おい、こら。
Then, the large scythe shatters into stardust and disappears somewhere.
あと少しだというのに、こんなタイミングで。
Wait, she's talking to someone?
完全に目を覚ましたか。いや、それは仕方なくて。
As I dumbfoundedly gaze at the Soul Reaper in front of me, I also suddenly noticed that control over my body had returned at some point.
ああ、今は私の時間だ。もうしばらく。
She said, Anne. She said, Anne. Yes, she did say Anne.
だから待てというのに。
Eleonora's body emits a pale yet strong light.
間に合った。
What? Senpai. As the light faded, instead of Eleonora, Jibo Senpai is now in front of me.
はい、ユウマくん大丈夫？怪我はない？
Yeah, fine. What's the meaning of this?
これはそのね、とりあえずごめんね。エレが失礼なことしちゃって。
Okay. Perplexed as I am, I can only muster that crappy reply.
誤解しないでほしいんだけど、あの子もね、本気で殺そうとしてたわけじゃないのよ。 多分
I have no idea what's going on. However, judging by the fact that Leonora transformed into Jinpo Senpai, I suppose it's become clear that Senpai and that Soul Reaper are one and the same. At least, that's what seems plausible for now. Senpai, what are you...
その話はちょっと長くなりそうだからごめん、明日でもいい？
if you're going to explain it to me tomorrow, then yeah.
今日は夜も遅いし、それに正直どう説明すればいいのかも難しくて。
Okay. Got it.
とにかくエレのことは私に任せておいて。ちゃんと説得するから、もうユウマくんには迷惑かけないよ。
Well, I personally don't really mind that, but
ティナちゃんのこと、そっちも心配しないでいいよ。強引なことは絶対にさせない。
she says so with a somewhat troubled smile then.
だからね、ティナちゃんも今夜は安心して寝ても大丈夫よ。
She calls out in a direction where there's nothing but empty space. Tina? You've been here?
ごめんね。もう無理やり連れて行ったりしないから。信用できません。
Her large scythe in both trembling hands. It looks like she's just barely managing to hold her ground.
嫌われてるな。ま、それが当たり前なのかもしれないけど。
Senpai shrugs her shoulders in response to Tina's vigilant attitude.
そういうわけでユウマくん、私がいるとティナちゃんが怯えるから、今日は帰るね。
Alright, we'll see each other tomorrow.
うん、いつも通りに生徒会室で。
Yeah, in the student council room as usual. Got it.
ティナちゃんのことよろしくね。
Parting with that, Senpai headed home while waving her hand lightly. Tina, it should be alright now. Also, it'd be bad if someone saw your side, so please put it away.
はい、すみません。
As I pointed out, she hurriedly lets go of the scythe and makes it vanish. I'd really like to know how that works.
ユウマさん、大丈夫でしたか？
Yeah, I don't even have a scratch. Don't worry. More importantly, I think I told you not to leave my room.
それは、でも。
With my mild glare causing her to get flustered, she tries to come up with an excuse.
嫌な予感がして。
So you got worried about me and came out?
はい。
Man. If that had put you in danger in the process, it'd be like putting the horse before the
す
cart.
みません。
But... thank you. I placed my hand on Tina's head. You were worried about me and tried to save me, right?
もともと私が原因ですから。
That doesn't change the fact that you wanted to do your best for my sake. It's bad that you didn't do as I told you, but I want to thank you nonetheless.
ユウマさん、くすぐったいです。
Disheveling her hair as I rubbed her head, I somehow managed to make her smile, if only a little. The next day, after school, something happens. I'm gonna stop playing now because if I keep playing, I'm gonna start getting tired. So I can't promise anything, but I will play this again and we will proceed as soon as I possibly can.